I'll tell you when it's on
You
my
can.
screen. It says live, but I'm just gonna wait for it to pop up on my screen.
Mhm.
StreamYard usually takes a couple of seconds. So
Okay.
be there in a second, hopefully.
Come. Yeah, Esau, the tables are turning. I can see you. We're live.
Live, yeah. Cool.
No.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah,
just
now it's live. Yeah, now it's
now it's
live.
live.
Yeah.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashan.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Barakatah.
Brakatah.
And all praise unto Yahweh. All praise unto Yahweh Shemi Shai. Double honors unto the apostles of great millstone, and honors your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity.
Shalom. Yahweh. Yahushai. Bashan. Brakatah.
Right. So we got a quick lesson that we got prepared for you. I'll let the brother explain the images, and then we're gonna go into the book of Isaiah, the 49th chapter, specifically the verse in the 23rd verse. And pretty much with Esau being exposed by like all of these companies that are coming out, like Lloyd's, and the history concerning Britain and slavery. We got a situation now where Esau's getting exposed, but it's going to go a lot further than reparations. All right, it's going to go a lot further than 100K payout, $1 million payout. It's going to go to the point where the Heavenly Father is going to put things not upside down, but rather more right side up.
That's
Okay,
it.
so I'll let the brother give you the premise, and we're gonna go into some precepts concerning Esau going into captivity. Just like how we went into hardcore captivity, Esau's gonna go into hardcore captivity himself. So I'll let the brother give you the premise and show you the images that are very tasteful images concerning the future of you red Hebrew Edomites, man, and
That's
really
it.
all the nations within the earth. Um, but we know that the nations within the earth, the heathen nations, they're gonna get hell as well. It's just that Esau's gonna get the worst end of it, and ultimately Esau's gonna be wiped off the face of the earth. So I end it over to you, brother Azar Maf.
All right. Yeah. Shalom. So yeah, man, I was which one? My cousin hit me up, right, and he was basically asking me, it was like, what's your perspective on, on these images, right? So he sent me 4 images, right, and then in 2 of them are, the most the hardest hitting ones, right? So here you see it's the Israelite woman, right, getting all dressed up, getting all made up, right, and it's the Edomite woman doing the job of the nursing mother, right, which is what was happening, but in reverse, right? It was the Israelite woman being the nursing mother. That's what you get the concept of Big Mama for the Edomite woman, man. Like what you see that in Django, somewhat where you've got the Israelite woman basically to the beck and call of the Edomite woman at Candyland, right? So that's something, that is going to be the right way round, right? When the Lord comes back, and then he sent also the second image, right, where you got an Israelite man, right, and he's the one free, and it's the a bunch of Edomites, in chains and shackles, right, all beat up and bruised, looking sorry as hell, right? And these are things that we look forward to, because this man, this is revenge, man.
Right.
This is what this man did to us. So it's only right. It's only fair. You know.
That's right. That's right. Because like I said earlier, this is not about reparations, man. This is not about a payout. This is about avengement. This is about balancing. All right, just like how you have your Captain Americas and your Avengers. We got an Avenger in Yahweh Shai
That's it.
that's going to deliver us. So, brother, if you could pull up Isaiah the 49th chapter, and I think we're going to go through all of that. I think we're going to
Yep.
go through all of that. I'll see how we get on. Um, yeah, I'll see how we get on. But I think we're going to go through a whole portion of that with the point concerning Esau being in the 23rd verse. And we're going to get
Mhm.
some other precepts that's going to be quite nicely attached to that. So if you could read for me, brother, and then I'll try to break it down as we go along.
Yep. It says Isaiah 49 from the top. It says, "Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, ye people from afar. Yahweh hath called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name.
Right? We've got the name there. We've got the prophets being selected from the foundations of the earth. There's so many different ways you can split this precept up. But man, the Heavenly Father set it up to where the prophets from the foundations of the earth was going to be seen, they was going to be heard, they was going to be heard, man. And that's what you're seeing. That's the major stumbling, more the thorn in the heel of Esau right now, because the prophets are out there, man. You can't, they go like what people don't realize is this Black Lives Matter movement is not your liberation.
So
That's your sleeping pill.
that's it. That's it. 100%.
Yeah.
And
You
then
wanna
man,
you can speak on that.
they're eating it up, man. They're eating it up. They're walking. They're sleepwalking right into their own
Demise.
snare.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
demise. Yeah, you know. This is like you got the trail. What do you call it? You leave, trail of honey, right? And the guys just following the honey, licking the honey, not looking up, not aware, not being circumspect. And the next thing you know, they got the snap, bam, snaps on top of them, man.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I've got a quick one for you. Sorry.
Yeah. Can.
It says what we were just speaking about. It says Ephesians 1:4, right? It says according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will.
Yep. So you can't make yourself of the elect, man. You can't make yourself a prophet. You can't make yourself hear this word. All right. So for the ones that don't get it, that Esau's going to go into captivity, because you got camps out there that are talking about the heathen are going to make it. You got camps out there that are saying the Gentiles are going to make it. They're going to be in the kingdom. Hold on a minute. If you give everybody a pound, it doesn't make those people richer. That puts everybody exactly on the same level again. If you give salvation unto everybody, that means to say all the hardships that we went through, the Most High never redeemed us of them, because everybody's just going to be on the same level, but a step further. I'm talking about the disparity between what's happened is going to be the same.
It's been unbalanced. Like you're saying, the checkbook hasn't been balanced, man.
Yep,
what did the scripture say? The Most High hates a false balance is an abomination to the Lord.
That's it. That's it. Continue, Isaiah 49.
Yes, Isaiah 49:2 now says, and he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver hath he hid me.
Right. Hebrews 4:12. Is it Hebrews 4:12? The word of the Lord is quick and powerful, like a sharp as a two-edged sword. He's made us sharp like that, man. Go on, bro.
It says, and said unto me, thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified.
All right. So who is the Lord going to be glorified in? He's going to be glorified in the children of Israel, man. And the scripture says, he was going to beautify Israel with salvation. That's Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Continue.
This is verse 4. It says, then I said, I've labored in vain. I've spent my strength for naught, in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with Yahweh, and my work with the Most High.
Okay, next verse.
And now saith Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant, right, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of Yahweh, and my power shall be my strength.
Because ultimately, right now, you got Israel starting to get gathered now. We've been separate for the longest, but now we're being brought back. See, they strengthen numbers. Okay, they strengthen numbers. So when you have it to where the nation is split up and you got one tribe over there that's got dispute with the tribes over there and all types of conflict, you've got a demise in the power structure. You've got a demise in the structure within Israel. That's the main thing that the Heavenly Father is doing right now. He's removing the breaches thereof.
That's it.
Okay, go on, bro.
It says, and
with
said,
the breaches being removed, Esau, you're gonna be scared right now, because when the Most High puts the nation back together, we're gonna be strong.
That's it. That's it. Verse 6, it says, and he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth.
No, you can break that down. This is a beautiful scripture right here.
Right, so it says, and he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel, right? Because certain Lord basically has preserved a portion of us, right?
Yep.
Scripture, you have
Remnant.
with Elijah, a remnant. Where
Yeah.
Elijah said, I preserved 7,000 men, roughly paraphrase,
That have
preserved
not
7,000.
bowed their knee to the Baal. Yeah.
Yep. Says, I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Right? So verse 7 says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One, to him whom man despiseth, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of, yes, it's a tricky read. It says, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and rise, princes also shall worship, because of Yahweh that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. All right.
You can carry on reading. Yeah. Points in the 23rd. We can go into this some of these bit, but the points in the 23rd verse. So we got the no. I want to read it. I want to read it because but I'm not going to break down every verse because everything here is sort of relevant to what we're speaking to. So we'll continue as we are, but I'll interject a particular key points. Yeah.
Okay,
Go on, bro.
Verse 8 says, thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee, and I'll preserve
Right,
thee.
hold on. In the day of salvation, has Yahweh helped us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me that image that you've seen there, that's not the healthy helping hand of the Lord. Now try to say that 3 times. Right? Those images that you're seeing there is a total reversal of what we've become accustomed to, man. Only the Lord could do that. Okay, only Yahweh Shai could take us from the point that we're in right now to the point where we're going to be as the images as you see there, man. Only the healthy helping hand of the Lord is going to be able to flip the script so much more, which, it's only the Lord can do that, man. Okay? Go on, Akir.
Yep. It says back to Isaiah 49 and 8. Let me just pull it up again. Right. It says, thus saith Yahweh, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee, and I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages, that thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth, to them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For
Now, what's that talking about? The spiritual power.
Yep.
Go on.
It says, for he that hath mercy on them shall lead them, even by the.
So it says that we should not hunger. The men of the Lord is going to be fed. Okay. Also, too, we're going to get the spiritual power. Okay. And the Most High is going to be with us. Go on, bro.
Yeah. Says, they shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. For he that hath mercy on them shall lead them, even by the springs of water shall he guide them. And
That's right.
Yep. So it says, and I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted.
Right, because when you go into the book of Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, it talks about the mountains of Israel, right? The valleys of Israel, which is all the different governing bodies that the Most High set up within Israel, all the different families, if you will. Go on,
It says, behold, they shall come from afar, and lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for Yahweh hath comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted.
Upon who?
His afflicted.
Because what's the scenario that we went through that put us in an afflicted state? is what we're talking about here as the reversal, man. We went through
Hmm.
hardcore slavery, man. Hardcore slavery underneath Esau. Okay, I don't know if you want to speak about that, bro.
Yeah, because like I was going into before, well, we're the ones who need comforting, right? Esau's trying to get all up in there, saying, "Look, man, everyone's going to be equal in that day." Well, but what really have you to be comforted from, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been given power over the whole earth, right? And everyone, like for instance, the other two images that I didn't pull up, right, were basically people serving Esau, right? That was one of them, and then the other one was the dolls, right? The kiddie, dolls that you gave your daughter or whatever. It was
Mm.
so-called white, young white girl looking at dolls of like black babies and all of that, so-called, right? Israelite babies, right? And it's that ability of everyone looking up to Esau. Right, you go to East Asia, they grew up on Barbie, right?
Yep,
Whether
yep,
it was
yep.
Ken dolls or the Barbie doll itself, right? Everyone was looking up to that image, and over there also you got a big thing about looking like the so-called a white man and white woman. That's why you got like cosmetic surgery to redo your face, to redo your chin, so that your chin is, which your facial structure looks more like the so-called white woman, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
eyes look like the so-called white woman. All right, so you've got the fatness of the earth, and you've got everyone looks up to Esau in this world. All right,
That's
so
right.
what have you to be comforted from?
That's right. Go on, bro.
It says, but Zion said, Yahweh hath forsaken me, and my power, and the Lord hath forgotten me. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. And behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Thy children shall make haste. Thy destroyers and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gathered themselves together and come to thee. As I live, saith Yahweh, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth.
All
Verse
right.
19. For thy waste and thy desolate places and the land of thy destruction shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallow thee up shall be far away. The
Here's the
children,
point.
yep, the
Here's the
children,
point now. Go on, sorry.
you got it.
Go on, go on, go on, go on,
Yeah.
go on, go on,
It
go on.
says, the children which thou shalt have, after thou hast lost the other, shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me, give place to me that I may dwell.
All right.
Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who hath begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro? And who hath
Now,
brought
now, who's this talking about? Of all the nations within the earth, who are all of these? Because it's pretty much simplistic to understand. Who's he speaking about? He's got to be speaking about the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. We're the captive within the earth. All right. We're the ones that are removed to and fro. Okay, go on, bro.
a which for example is the North America, the Gad and Reuben, right? They just basically kept being moved from place to place to place. Right, Esau would say, "I'll go live there." Oh shit, there's a resource over there. Okay, go live there. Okay, oh, there's something there as well. Okay, go live there.
Yep,
Right.
yep.
Says verse 22 says, "Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I'll lift up mine hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders."
Right, the
Right.
whole distributed of the 12 tribes of Israel, pursuant to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 64th verse, they're going to be brought back in, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got Jakes out there that look like Moab, Jakes out there that look like Edom, Jakes out there that look like Ishmael. They're going to be sifted back in. The book of Amos 9 and 9, it says, "For lo, I will command, I will sift the house of Israel from among all nations like corn is sifted in the sea."
Mm-hmm.
Go on, bro.
That's it.
And this
That's
is
it.
the point now. This is the point. Okay.
It says, "And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They
Now let's
shall."
pull up that image again, man.
Yeah.
Let's pull up that image again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Right. I'm gonna read it. It says, "And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and kings, a queen shall be thy nursing mothers." So let's go into this word here. All right. Let's see what it says. I haven't read this word before. So that's yanak. All right. Okay, so it basically means what you see in the image over there. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but so you can understand that they're going to be slaves. I'm not saying they're going to be given suck or whatever. I don't know how the Most are going to do it. All right, but we know that they're going to be the that's the role that they're going to be in. That's the position that they're going to be in. Right, just like how we was in that literally we was in that position.
Yeah,
we was in that position of servitude, but the Most High is going to flip it over. All right. Again, I'm not saying literal that Edomites are going to give suck to our children, but they may do. I don't know how the Most High is going to play it out. Okay, go on, bro.
Yeah. So where were we? Were in verse 23, weren't you? Yeah, verse 23.
Yeah.
Says, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet.
Right. Of which that's what it means to be blessed, man. That's what the meaning of that's where the word blessed comes from. It means you have people bow down before thee. To have people to where they're going to bow down whenever you're walking, people are bowing. That's what it means to be blessed. That's where that word barak comes from. People bowing down, man. And that's what you see within those pictures there. You're seeing a people that were in a position of bowing to being bowed at.
That's it.
All right. Go on, bro. I got some other precepts we're going to get into quickly just before we close out. Go on, bro.
It says, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
Mm-hmm. Right. So we can get the book of Psalms 149 and 1. You got some precepts you want to do, bro?
Okay, let me grab Isaiah 60 real quick as well.
Can.
Right, since you mentioned it. I'm gonna jump to verse 10, although I think all of it's good, so I'm just gonna jump straight to the point. Right, it says Isaiah 60 and 10, it says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Right, so just like how we built up this man's kingdom, right? Whether it's during the time of slavery, or in nowadays it's the Mexicans running the show, making useful service sector run. Over here in the UK, you've got a lot of Eastern European jakes that are basically they're the builders, they're the people that do the gritty work. Right. Right. It says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. Right. And that's it, man. We're gonna get into the beautiful time when they're gonna be serving us, man. Right? Because what does it say in Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter? I've seen servants upon horses, right, and princes walking as servants upon the earth, and this is gonna be righted, right? Bubba Kashar, if I may, real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 6. It's around here. I'm gonna jump to the point. Right, 6 and 56, right? It says, as for the other people which also came of Adam, in fact, now I've got to read it. Yeah, I'll start from 54. It says, and after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen, like referring to the Israelites. So people say, oh, we all come from Adam. Yeah, we do. But the chosen.
There's a chosen that comes from there. All fish comes from the sea, but there's particular ones that you can eat and can't eat. That's why you got it to where it's called chosen.
That's it. Right. It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. As for the other people which also came of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
That's
and
it.
it's liken the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. That's quoting Isaiah 40:15, right?
Mhm.
Says, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, right? Right, you say it with disdain.
Heathen.
Yeah.
This
It says,
heathen.
yeah. It says, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lord over us and to devour us. But which the points at the in the 59th verse says, but we that people whom now has called that firstborn, the only begotten, that fervent lover, are given into their hand. Right? This is the question. The world now be made for our sake. Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
Yeah. In other words, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's what King Solomon said. King Solomon said, "What the fuck? I've
Mm.
seen servants upon horses, and rich sit in a low place. What the
Yeah.
hell?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said
What the hell is going on?
he said he's seen a strange thing in the earth, man.
Yeah, that's it.
See,
It is a strange thing, man.
it's very strange. Very
Hmm.
strange. Who says that? It's very strange.
Well, it's like if deer were to be patrolling around lions, right? The lions were scared of the deer. Well, you're
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
like, yo, what the hell is
What the
going on
fuck?
here?
What's going on there? That's right. Especially if he was King Solomon. I mean, they said in time of King Solomon for brass they had what?
All
Silver.
right,
For
yeah,
silver
yeah,
they
yeah,
had gold.
yeah.
So he was doing nice.
That's it.
I want to. You got any more precepts on?
No, that's all I've got right for the time being.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pull out the last precept. This is the book of Psalms 149 and 7. 149 and 6. It says, "Let the praises of Yahweh be in their mouth." 149 and 5. "Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh shall be in their mouths, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written." What's the judgment? You're going into slavery, man. Okay, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Who are the saints? Psalms 50 and 5. Them that are made a covenant with Yahweh Shai by sacrifice. That's the Israelites. So all the Israelites are going to have you nations in captivity, man. So unless, brother, you got anything else to say, that's it, man.
Yeah, can't believe the points been made. Hey, the tables are turning, Esau, and things are going to be right. And things are going to become their right way around, man.
That's right. That's right. So with that, we're gonna say all praise unto Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. And honor your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.
Sure.